What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Funny story about that little intro. When it does the countdown, that's actually to a song that I haven't released. Just like my intro song is actually a song that I have not released. That song is actually completed and I haven't released it. So I wanted to give y'all a little fun fact. But what's going to be fun is this video of Uncle Tim. Now, for those of you who don't know, Timothy Blaine is from the beef sector. So he will call you the N word. He will call you all kind of words that he want to, sissy and all this other stuff. Uncle Tim don't play around. He is hilarious. I can't wait to meet up with him because, yeah, that's going to be a trip. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the intro, and then I can tell you why we're watching this video. What's up, everybody, and welcome to our brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that notification bell. Also, I went ahead and dropped the link to the Instagram broadcast channel, so then you're able to get notifications on when I go live. So make sure you guys subscribe to that as well. Shout out to everybody for being here. What's up, grown woman? How you doing? What's up, Darius? What's up, Jackie? What's up, Queen B Moore? Hello. Shout out to y'all coming in the room. I appreciate y'all. What's up, Miss Yolanda? How you doing? So today I was just thinking about how like these Trump supporters are like all crying, like, oh, I didn't know he was going to do this, blah, blah, blah. Well, WIley didn't necessarily cry, but when I was listening to Uncle Tim's video, he was just basically going off like, yo, you need these programs that this man is cutting. And, Uncle Tim said it in his own way. So I wanted to stop it and then listen with you guys. What's up, son? How you doing? I wanted to stop it and listen with you guys. So I've only listened to partial of it. So we're going to go ahead and view this live. And remember, Uncle Tim is from the B sector. I cannot control whatever comes out his mouth. Listen, I don't want the B sector to drag me. So I don't try to control what they say. I ain't policing nobody's speech unless y'all want me to get cussed out. He an old head, so he gonna say whatever is on his mind. They ain't got no coos. They just be talking and talking. What's up, Lady Letitia? How you doing? And believe it or not, this video is no hate to WIley, but it speaks to a certain sector of people. This is what I mean by it. They felt like, oh, if I vote for Donald Trump, I'm owning the libs. I'm owning the libs. Yeah, I'm voting for Donald Trump. He cares about America. And it's all like, you knew he didn't care about no damn America. Come on now. You thought it was cool to vote for him. And some of them were under the impression that Kamala was going to win, but she didn't. And so this is where we are now, right? So let's go ahead and get into Uncle Tim's video. He gonna sing us a song. Don't worry. Hold on.
Oh, how he loved Donald Trump. It was the sweetest name he knew. And oh, he just loved. Oh, how he loved Donald Trump. Oh, how he loved that man. Oh, how he loved Donald Trump. Sweetest name. It was the sweetest name he knew, and he just loved.
Oh, Queen B Moore, you don't know that WIley came from the beef sector?
Oh, how he
we'll educate you later. Don't worry.
Hello, YouTube. What's up, people? What's going on, Marlene? Tennessee, how you doing, Tennessee? Juicy Marble. T. Trisha 1.
I see you, socialite. Junior, I just can't put up your
Shirlene Smith. Hi, Shirlene Smith. I'm singing Donald Trump song. Yvette Fuller. Good day. Child, WIley sat up here and talked about Donald Trump. He went to Trump rallies. He wore Trump hats and Trump t-shirts. right? He went all the way to Las Vegas and showed up at Trump rallies where he was the only black dot in the audience. So what we want to hear now, how you feel about Trump now, Wiley? Let's hear how you feel about Trump now.
He's going to play Wiley's video.
Do I still love Donald Trump? Baby, Donald Trump is fucking up this country. When I tell you I'm not a billionaire, I'm poor right now. I'm poor right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, when I woke up this way, I said he is fucking up this country.
Yes, he is.
But I can't get mad because I mean, the man is fucking up this country.
Yolanda.
I mean, they put a blow choice, and I'm feeling so bad because I need charity. And if you take away these programs,
we'll see how that works out for you, Hush Money.
So you're okay, Wiley. You're okay when Donald Trump came up his golden escalator, right? Calling all Latin people, all Mexican people, hardworking people, rapists, and they're all drug dealers. And that's how he announced Wiley. So you have plenty of experience with Donald Trump. You ain't got no problem with him being elected. And the first thing at the top of his schedule.
This is my thing. Whether you're Republican or not, we already went through it with Donald Trump one time. And I think people were under the impression that he was so great for the economy. But literally, he just got everything that Barack Obama already set into place. Jobs were created. Unemployment was already down. He was able to keep the trend going for a minute until Coviana hit. Now, some people go like, oh, well, it's because of Coviana and all this other stuff. Well, the stock market had crashed before while he was in office, before Coviana even happened. A lot of people don't know that. And let's not forget, one of the reasons why immigration was kind of soft is because, remember, during the Trump administration, he was putting the kids in cages and they were separated from their families. And so the Democrats thought going soft on immigration was the best thing. And obviously, this is where we are today, right? And now they doing everything else and taking people from their families and saying they're gang members and they're not. So all this stuff we've already seen. So why would you want to go through it again?
So it's to get rid of DEI, get rid of the black people out of every. When planes start falling out the sky, did he blame the black people, even though the black people didn't even work there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And now you're saying that just because he's going to affect your Meals on Wheels or whatever you call your program you're getting food from, now you are anti-Donald Trump, and you recognize Donald Trump for who and what he is. And you blame a lot of this because you're bipolar and you were manic. Well, as far as I know, mania, that doesn't make people vote for Donald Trump. That doesn't make people show up at rallies where they're the only black dot and he's up there preaching all this prejudice bullshit, right? Right? And you still up there hollering about how much you love Donald Trump. Oh, how you love Donald Trump. Wasn't that your song, Wiley?
Come on, don't. I'm already at the bottom. And you snatch your programs. Like, I just read an article that they cut the food banks in Stockton, California.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just imagine if they try to cut the food bank here. What I'm going to do to eat?
Mm-hmm. You didn't think about that.
They try to propose laws that.
What are the seniors going to do?
So I want to speak to that because Donald Trump actually did cut that program. I don't know when Wiley did this video. I just know Uncle Tim did his review today, right? But here we go. Trump administration abruptly cuts Nevada food bank deliveries funding. So there we go. And that was as of April 3rd. So he already did that. Let me see if I can pull up the article real quick, you guys. Hold on. Oh, yep. It goes here. And this is from Nevada Current. This is the website, Nevada Current. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has halted the delivery of more than 1 million pounds of meat, eggs, and dairy to food banks in Nevada, even as many report that the need for food assistance has only increased. Dozens of trucks filled with fresh food bound for Nevada's food banks were pulled back last week. Then the USDA canceled 40% of the food deliveries ordered by Nevada Department of Agriculture under the Emergency Food Assistance Program funded by the Federal Commodity Credit Corporation. 3 Square Food Bank, which serves Clark, Lincoln, and Wiley's in Clark, Esmeralda, and 9 counties, was notified March 25th that about 1 million pounds of USDA food donations slated for the food bank has been canceled. Beth Martino, the CEO of 3 Square Food Bank, said part of the delivery was funded through the Commodity Credit Corporation. The same day, the Food Bank of Northern Nevada, which serves about 160,000 Nevadans, is that how you say that? Nevadans, that's how you say it. Monthly across 12 counties, was informed that 350,000 pounds of food they were expecting between April and August would immediately cancel. So, Wiley, this is what you voted for. And not just him. This is what a lot of people voted for. Trump actually won Nevada by 50,000 votes. This is what a lot of y'all voted for. He cutting all that funding. And that's the thing, too. Even though Trump is really cutting funding, Republicans have always cut social programs and cut funding. I guess they didn't expect them to completely stop it. So it's always weird when I see people vote against their best interest. Like a lot of people I've seen who have special needs children or children who do special education voted for Trump, not realizing that this man just literally trying to dismantle the Department of Education, which special education already doesn't get the funding that it needs, but that's where the funding comes from. Like, are you stupid? Don't answer that question, because the answer is yes. Let's keep going.
To do when they cut Medi-Cal or Medicare, huh? What are these Latin people going to do when he done sent them off to concentration camps like he's in Nazi Germany some goddamn where, right? What are they going to do, Wiley? What about all of these federal employees who are making a decent living, supporting their families, taking on mortgages, 35-year mortgages? What are they going to do, Wiley? Right? You make a good example, because you're showing us that the lack of empathy,
Lola.
the lack of empathy of other people has been proven by Trump and Musk. Correct? Nobody cares about nobody unless it affects them directly. So even though the poor people, they always the first to go, to suffer. He went up there and preached against people from Mexico, people from Honduras, anybody who's an immigrant. He preached against them. He started his campaign to round them up like cattle, right, and drop them off in other countries they've never been in, right? All the shit that Donald Trump has done. He went to making sure that black people get no help in getting schooling. He had to made a point of that. He's gotten rid of the Department of Education, right? No use for that, because rich people don't use that. He is so far out of touch, right? The promises he made about the goddamn economy, about these prices. How was it even possible that these prices could get any higher than they are now? Right? Right? So now everybody's starting to see when you put this incompetent goddamn reality star, made him the president, child, everybody's suffering now. Now even the billionaires are suffering. Well, you would say, well, how can a billionaire suffer? Well, honey, if you are a billionaire and you wake up and you just lost $200 million based on some decisions that Donald Trump.
Yeah, and all those stocks and investments and stuff. Yeah, that's how they lose money. It's not actual, it's not liquid cash, right? Liquid cash isn't physical cash. A lot of it is in stocks and all that stuff, right? But again, it's kind of like that F around and find out. The only part that sucks is that all of us who did not vote for it have to F around and find out. That's the part that sucks, right? So it's like, ha, ha, ha. But also we got to laugh at ourselves. We got to look at ourselves like, damn, we all going to feel this pain,
It's making Washington, and you don't know where the end of that is, where the bottom is, correct? I would say that hurts just as much as you losing your sandwich, Wiley. So we're very happy that you are confessing your sin and seeing what you got, this monster in office. Now, many people are going to say, well, Wiley, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Miss Barbara, there you go lying. Those are your delusions in your head. Send me a reference and we can talk about it. Just don't put stuff out there. Send me a reference to it.
You deserve
We love you, Miss Barbara.
You deserve it because of what you did. They say, well, fuck them. Hell, they don't want him in office. They got what they voted for. Correct? And now they're saying it's not going to go over them. When you cut Social Security, that's across the board, honey. You can't I'm just going to cut it for the black people. I'm going to cut Social Security for the brown people. No, nigga, it trickled right on into your ass, right? So now the poor people are feeling a very similar way as the middle class at a very similar way as the upper class. He's wiping all you motherfuckers out. Donald Trump is such
71 million people have their money in 401k. So 71 million people are affected by this, what he's doing.
A vindictive type personality that this may be his revenge against America because they didn't do him. Why didn't they vote for me? Why didn't they vote for me? No, I won. So maybe he's on a revenge campaign, right? He want to destroy everybody in America, make them all suffer. Correct, Wiley? Now, I don't know that you can say that, well, y'all know I'm crazy. I'm bipolar. And that's why I was carrying on about Donald Trump. Well, as far as I know, that is not a condition of the bipolar condition. Because you are bipolar does not make you a Trump supporter. Now, maybe somebody will disagree with me. I don't see how one thing has it make you louder and stupider about it. But the point is, you still supported Donald Trump, even though you saw that he was a racist. It didn't bother you, even though you saw all these character defects of him, and you saw how he raped people and took advantage of people, and even caught him admitting that you get grabbed by the pussy. You can do it when you're a star, right? On film, right before the election. The first election. Correct, Wiley? You saw this man get convicted of 34 felonies. Correct? You saw the same thing we saw, Wiley. Right? You saw how he's done cheated everybody. He ain't paid nobody.
No, I'm kind of gonna cheat a little bit because he does play the part where Wiley says, like, oh, well, I knew what he was gonna do. He said what he was going to do. So Wiley's not playing stupid like he didn't know. He actually does know.
He got court cases going all the way back to the 1960s. Correct? I'm just saying, did you see him when he went into the White House before he even got elected, honey? He went into this campaign to make sure that he wouldn't be convicted of anything he did. And that would be retroactive. Anything he did in the past, all the felonies, all the crimes, all the greed. You knew about that, Wiley. Correct? And you decided to support Donald Trump. Now, I'll tell you, I think about you and a lot of these stupid ass black people who supported Donald Trump. You wasn't supporting the best candidate. No, that.
No, Lola, I see what you're saying because yes, it does go up and down all the time, right? However, say if you're somebody at the age getting ready to retire now, you're looking like, damn, huh? Like, what's going on? So I think it really depends on what level you're at, but any loss, and especially significant, it's not dropping by a few points. Like, it's a lot. It's a big loss. And granted, no, you shouldn't have all your bank in the 401k. However, a lot of people do. We can't say, oh, well, you should have put your money here or there. Some people just go like, hey, I'm just going to have a 401k and this is what I have. A lot of people don't have other investments. Some people don't have pensions. So everybody's on a different playing field.
In your consideration, you thought you were picking a winner, right? So you got what you deserved, Wiley. You wanted the winner, and here's what you got. Now, he said he's going to lower these prices that were outrageous. How outrageous are the prices going to be now? You tell me. How y'all doing today? Is Wiley still on the meds? Yes, he is. Now, we want him to be all right. So since he's in his sensible mind, this is the time to talk to him. When he was manic and acting all crazy and walking around naked and all that kind of stuff, you couldn't get no point across, right? But now he understands how foolish that was and what a traitor he was to the black race. Correct? So I'm personally glad, Wiley, that you are confessing your sin, honey. Let's see if you say anything else about this particular subject.
That you can't even buy junk food. Okay, what I'm going to eat. If I'm homeless, I'll have a bed and stuff to eat. So it's a lot of policies that I disagree with Trump on. I'm not going to lie to you.
Only the ones that affect your sandwich.
I remember when I was screaming to vote for Trump. I know it. I felt, I was screaming because I knew Trump was going to win, and I was manic. I went on my manic shit like that.
You knew Trump was going to win, just like I just said, honey. This was nothing more than a game. You do politics as a game, right? So you thought you were on the winning team, and look what you won.
You got to teach me that, Lola. You said it's called row,
and I remember. Somebody said, that's good for you all who voted for him. I hope he's sticking to you. Well, he's sticking to me, baby. I'm homeless. And he's playing golf. You know, and the taxpayer.
That's what he's stuck it to me. I'm homeless. And it's all like, WIley is one of the people who need. Granted, WIley always had a job and stuff like that, but especially now, and mind you, I don't know if Uncle Tim gets to it in here because I did go to WIley's video and I was like, let me see what he said. WIley actually voted while he was in jail, so he voted for Trump, knowing that he was going to need all these government programs when he got out. But hey, you know, I love that for you.
You know, you guys, the taxpayers is paying for that.
Oh,
Every golf trip, the taxpayers pay for it. We have all the service agents, the hundreds of them that travels with them. We, as the taxpayers, you're paying for that. If you're a taxpayer, if you have a job, you get tax such a check, you're paying for that.
Mm.
Yes.
So you're recognizing that the Donald Trump going to play golf every goddamn weekend after the whole goddamn American economy at the bottom has fallen out of it, right? People have lost $6 trillion. Imagine that now.
Right, sugar walls.
$6 trillion. What's that? 1,000 billion plus 1,000 billion plus 1,000 billion plus 1,000? Is it? I always get confused with them huge numbers. How much is a trillion? Somebody tell me. $1 trillion.
Yeah, Nene, WIley been out for a minute. I forgot when he get out, but I think he was only in jail for like a couple of months, but he been got out. Yeah. He's trying to get back in the algorithm and stuff like that. You know, when you miss so much time out the algorithm, it's hard to get back. But he's been back though. I'll share his channel at the end. You know, we ain't no hater over here. We'll show him some love. And I'll put Uncle Tim's link in the description of the video, by the way, you guys.
Honey, the rich folks, they feeling the pain just as much as we are.
Let me share it real quick.
What time is your birthday party tomorrow? I want to be tuned in. Oh, yes. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be on. I may come on the stream. I think you can still get StreamYard. I don't usually do that, but it'll get a chance people to come on and say hello. I don't know about time.
Happy birthday, Uncle Tim.
Some part of the morning I'll come on there. I'm not going to church tomorrow. I'll be 67 years young. Ain't that a miracle? Ain't God good? Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure exactly what time. But I'll be on tomorrow morning.
Y'all
okay.
Shady.
Thanks for asking, Tennessee. It is that honey. They had pictures of WIley in Las Vegas. He was the only black dot in the middle of a sea of all white. Everybody was white. He on here. He was running into stores and telling them about vote for Donald Trump, right? I mean, you were representing all right, WIley. Now we all glad that you're doing better. Now you may say, well, I'm homeless. How the hell am I doing better? As long as you got your mind, baby, you're doing a whole lot better. Stay on your medication and admit when you're wrong. I'm sure the Bible say that somewhere. When you promptly admit it, when you're wrong about something, admit it. Be a man about it, man. You were wrong about this goddamn Donald Trump. Correct? And you have to.
He said, I'm sure the Bible says that somewhere. I told y'all, Uncle Tim is off the hook.
Come on here and eat crow, honey, and tell him how stupid, how dumb was it. I never even thought about the things he was saying out of his mouth. I just thought he was going to win. That was true with a lot of them. Dumbass black celebrities. People going to hold that shit against you forever. It is a stain on your life. Hi, Ashley Watkins. Are we reading WIley today? Well, Riley was on today.
No, Nikki, I don't feel bad.
WIley was on today.
Yes, and I'm up here singing about Trump. Lord, for him to get
2025
elected, and he got in there, and they put a blowtorch to a lot of the programs, and it's sad. It's really sad. I'm not going to do
Social Security too, Shannon.
I'm feeling it. The economy is going through it.
Yeah,
really feeling it.
How does it feel?
Really feeling it. And I wish Kamala, the Vice President Harris, had more time to campaign. The different thing.
Nobody gets a pass, baby. But if you're rich, you're losing billions in the stock market, all the way down. If you're middle class, you're losing your jobs, everything. If your taxes, he wants to give the rich people more taxes. He wants to pervert all them huge taxes he gave them before. Those are about to expire. He wants to extend them. So that means everything else has to be cut. So all your tax money, all of them taking a third of your paycheck, all that has to be used in a different way to make sure that these billionaires have more money. They ain't got.
And thank you, Miss Yolanda, for sharing your story. Definitely. Miss Yolanda said, I retired from the government in 2010, Social Security to be exact, have over 30 years of service. I don't know what the future holds for y'all. Yeah, we can only hope. Man. Canada and Greenland. Yeah, definitely. He wants the resources, the minerals, everything else. I think Greenland has oil too, right? They have oil, right? Yeah, he wants all that. Anyone check out the protesters? I see them out there protesting. Good for them. And believe it or not, I'm not anti-protesting. My thing was just all like, your protest was November 5th. That's when your protest was. Not now being reactive. Because like I said, he wants a reason. No, I don't think I said this. But what I think he wants y'all to do is go out there and tear up shit, right? So then he can call martial law. That's what I personally think. You know, that's just an assumption, but I want y'all to be angry and I want y'all to tear up shit so then I can call martial law. Now, so far, I don't think nobody has tore up nothing, but I wasn't, no, thank you.
Gotta pay as much taxes. And that's what this bullshit is about. And now you also hurting them with your dumbass ideas, Donald Trump. These dumbass ideas. He been talking about tariffs.
Like they care about us.
That was his big solution. This is not a smart man. This man is a person who has been bankrupt over and over and over and over and over. He's cheated thousands and thousands and thousands of people out of their wages. He's raped women. Oh, how he loved Donald Trump. There's a whole lot of people singing that song, honey. Why did I do that? It's going to affect my Social Security. People who have 401ks, which I assume that means the middle class, people who are still working. Ooh, check your 401k and see how much money you lost in 2 days and how much you've been losing since Donald Trump took office. Correct? He lacks empathy. He's not capable of feeling the pain. He ain't never felt no goddamn pain, right? He was born with a platinum gold spoon in his mouth. He ain't never felt shit. He was a spoiled brat then. He's a spoiled brat now. And I think he might be getting even because he's an extremely vindictive person, right? He uses the whole goddamn government to get his enemies. Now he got people, lawyers, paying him extortion money. Everybody got to kiss his ass. He gets rid of them. He came in, all the competent people who were working in Biden's White House, he fires them all and puts these idiots in charge of these departments. All they're going to say, yes, sir, Mr. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Trump. Yes, sir, Mr. Trump. That's what he wants. He's that insecure. But everybody around him got to be kissing his asshole.
You right, son.
We need a song. What song? What song we need today? We sing. Look at Nikki B. Nikki B, I sing because I'm happy. And I sing because I am gay. His eyes on the sparrow. And I know he watches over me. Hey, thank you. That felt good. Maybe everybody you talk to, you try to say, well, we're not going to discuss politics. It's impossible. This fool is taking a wrecking ball. Elon Musk, he did use the right analogy, honey. He's taking a chainsaw to America. Right? Hey, get it from me over here in the ding dong. Put it right here.
Yo, WIley was wilding out. Like when he was on the strip doing it, isn't he still banned from the strip and stuff like that? Yeah. It's a lot more to that Walmart story too. One day y'all know. One day y'all definitely know soon. I see you guys. What's up, Prissy, Miss Lovely? I see y'all. Okay, let's continue. I don't know if he's still. See if he goes back to WIley. Let's see.
I went there thinking I was spending something like $90-something. It was $156 for these goddamn groceries. That's him coming in. Now imagine what these tariffs, what the prices are going to be. Do you really believe that a business, a people who has employees, responsibilities, huge overhead, do you think those people are just going to take the tariffs and just pay it out of their cut? Well, hell, a lot of the margins are small. Hell no. They're going to pass it on to the customers. So
Right, and we've been saying it's going to get passed down to us. Now, I did hear that you'll start seeing the price increase. So this is a warning. You guys will start seeing the price increase by the 10th. That's what I heard. By the 10th, you should start seeing everything start going up. I mean, it's slowly creeping up, but on the 10th, that's when they said it's really going to be a change and a difference. I mean, it's a part of life. You know, we get through it and stuff like that. But to think that people were all like, oh, he's going to bring the prices down, he's going to do this and that was never the plan. No. I hope you guys aren't still banking on jobs coming back to America like that. Those factory jobs, as far as shoes, clothes, those kind of things, those aren't coming back, you guys. Even with the tariffs, it's still cheaper for them to make it in China than it is over here in the US. And you got to think about it too. So literally they have to close down their factories overseas, bring all that stuff over here. Then a job that probably only costs about 30 cents a day, they now have to pay somebody like $200 a day to make the shoes or the materials that they need. And granted, some of the materials are probably already in China where they don't have to worry about shipping it back and forth and stuff like that. It's already there. So just imagine they have to bring those jobs back to America, pay the people more, ship them from China. That's going to be a tariff anyway. Why would I move my factory when it's more convenient for me to make it over there? These jobs that are supposed to be coming back, y'all, they're not coming back. They're not. Hopefully people will understand that. No, they're not going to. Why am I talking? They ain't going to understand it, y'all. They ain't. I think Prue asked me a question.
Whatever he's putting on all these tariffs, honey, people got to pay for all the shit to come here. We're going to have to pay it. They're going to raise the prices. They're not going to have no choice. They're required by law to make their payrolls. Hi, Shirlene Smith. Ooh, why you say Jesus? Why you calling on the Lord, Nikki B? Jesus way. Oh,
they're trying to get her.
Now help
Definitely,
you.
They're trying to
save
get
my
Jasmine
soul,
Crockett.
and I'll save some for you, and I'll do my best to do what I can to stand up and be a man. And hey, I'm tired of waiting. To help me, somebody. Jesus. Play with me. WIley been out of jail. He's got his channel back, but unfortunately the boy's doing bad. But maybe this will be a period where he can learn a lot of lessons, and he can learn about real life.
You know, people are worried about crime. Crime is definitely going to go up. When you start taking away resources from the people, what do? They rebel and they start stealing shit. Yeah, that's going to happen. Trust me. We traditionally got through things like this with the assistance of programs. When the programs aren't there, these consequences are extreme. Yeah, so unemployment, food stamps, Section 8, all these different things that we fall back on when we need help, he's taking those away. So you're not even going to have the fallback to help you. Crazy. I know some people are like, oh, I'm good. I got this and that. Well, not everybody has this and that. I'm sorry to tell you. If you got this and that, somebody coming to take it.
What people go through, right? Trump and Musk both have one thing in common. They lack empathy. They cannot care. When you talk about cutting Social Security in any way at all, honey, you're talking about affecting the lives of senior citizens. They can't just go out there and make money. These people are 70, 80 years old. What are they supposed to do, Donald Trump? Right? Do you want them eating cat food? Right? They lack empathy. They don't care about a mother trying to raise 5 kids on her own. They don't care about that. They don't care about employees of the government who thought they had a good job, a good career, and been on their job, doing their job for 30 years. But you have some foreigner like Elon Musk to come in and just fire them. Say, oh, you're in your bad work experience. I said, well, goddamn, these people have given their lives to their jobs. They don't give a shit. They're not capable of it.
And do the right thing. You're right about that. Black people, we always gonna be all right. We'll get through, right? But is those non-white, the non-minorities, aka the whites, that get most of the government funding. When it starts affecting them, that's when you're gonna see real change. When it start affecting them.
Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to cry. Tell Martha not to cry. I want to talk about Mary. Hey, shut up. It's not your show. You shut the hell up. Right.
Wait, what about the
anytime somebody passed down the hall, that's what you're hearing, honey. Messing up my good song.
I don't think Uncle Tim said anything about foreigners.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Wait. You want to go in the dungeon? You keep showing out? Daddy, I'm protecting you. I don't want no protection, okay? You shut the hell up. Yeah, Daddy,
I heard about that, Sugar Walls, but I didn't look into it, so I can't comment on it. But Florida is gonna be Florida. That's what I'm gonna say about Florida. Florida gonna be Florida, so it ain't gonna shock me what they trying to do. But I have not looked into it, but I definitely will research it. And yeah, we'll talk about it after I research it.
You know you can't resist these adorable eyes. I don't remember. You got to give me the
every time he
tell me what the song
singing,
is.
Huh?
WIley and Trump supporters regretting that vote. The dumbest, stupidest ones, they're still trying to hold on, honey. Like they're just trying to hold on to their master,
like 10 seconds?
to their life. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to cry. Anyway, in any way at all, honey. You're talking about affecting the lives of senior citizens. They can't just go out there and make money. These people are 70, 80 years old. What are they supposed to do, Donald Trump? Right? Do you want them eating cat food? Right? They lack empathy. They don't care about a mother trying to raise 5 kids on her own. They don't care about that. They don't care about employees of the government who thought they had a good job, a good career, and been on their job, doing their job for 30 years. But you have some foreigner.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Ann. The money that immigrants get, it does not come from Social Security. So that's actually false. And by the way, he's talking about that he's cutting people getting Social Security that's like 300 years old, 150 years old, blah, blah, blah. Well, that money has to go to somebody. So you easily be able to look up the account and see where that money is going, and you be able to stop them. How come no one has been arrested yet that is frauding Social Security? They should be arrested, right? Interesting, right? That's why that Doge is full of shit.
Elon Musk to come in and just fire them. Say, oh, you're in your bad work experience. I said, well, goddamn, these people have given their lives to their jobs. They don't give a shit. They're not capable of it. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to cry. Tell
but
Martha
they still pay into it.
To cry. I want to talk about Mary.
And just like immigrants have a tax ID number, so they still pay for taxes. Like that, they're not absolved from paying taxes. Now, if you're talking about under the table and stuff, like, yeah, that's one thing. But somebody who has a work permit, or not work permit, work visa and stuff like that, they still have to pay taxes no matter what.
Hey, shut up. It's not your show. You shut the hell up. Right.
Okay, let me fast
Anytime
forward
somebody
I'm sorry, I missed
black job, Trump. You work security at my hotel. And now it's you can also work in the field. But the black people, they're not working in the field for no $3 and $4 and $5, child.
Nope.
That's hard work. So what are you accomplishing? And why are you so bothered that somebody's taking these bullshit ass jobs, child, and trying to feed their family and trying to become American citizens, just like your ancestors did? Give me your hunger.
So something that I realized, and I think I mentioned this before, when Trump said they were taking the black jobs, right? Well, what they expect, they're gonna kick all the immigrants out, right? And then we're going to work those field jobs. Listen, that's too much like slavery. We ain't doing that. I ain't picking no fruits, no vegetables, no nothing. Listen, if I wanted to do that, I would have my own garden where I can pick that stuff. I'm not doing that. Hell nah. Hell to the nah. How many of y'all black people gonna be out there picking fruits and vegetables and all that shit, working in the fields? And nah, hell nah.
You're meek, you're mild, however it goes. Keep singing, baby. I love it. Mm-hmm. Oh, girl. Wait a minute. I can remember a time when I didn't have anyone. No one to love and no one to
Me
love
too,
me
Nene.
for me. Oh, girl, then you came into my life. You made my jagged edges smooth. You made my direction so clear. And you, oh, woman, you became my purpose. My reason for living, girl. You see, you're my heart, you're my soul, you're my strong inspiration, baby. Lord, that's why I'm sitting here and singing and opening my heart to you. I want to say, child, why don't you take my hand?
Okay, let me stop Uncle Tim. I think I'm gonna go straight to WIley. WIley, don't strike me, please. Please don't strike me. Oh Lord, WIley gonna strike my channel. Okay. I'm gonna pull up WIley. Oh, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, by the way. Please hit the thumbs up. I think this is WIley's video, yeah. Alright, let's do it. Fair use. This is fair use. He won't strike at 82. Okay, good.
Yes, and I'm up here singing about Trump. Lord, for him to get
was singing about
elected,
Trump.
And he got in there, and they put a blowtorch to a lot of the programs, and it's sad. It's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do it. So I'm feeling it. The economy is going through it.
District 2.
Really feeling it. Really feeling it. And I wish the Vice President Harris had.
Okay, I think this is where he stopped.
More time to campaign. The different thing that messed up with Kamala Harris, she only had a couple of months. She didn't get primary or anything like that. Oh, I used to be like Kamala. Y'all are gonna let me lay that down. I know it. Y'all are gonna let me lay that down, Lord. Oh.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
Eggs don't went up.
And the Greens. What you said, she made a me about the Greens. Like we did a lot of jokes.
The bathtub green.
Oh gosh. Oh,
I have a video that I did when I was making greens and I made a bathtub joke. I feel like it's too late for me to post it. Should I still post that video where I was talking about bathtub greens? It wasn't like I actually cooked greens, but I made like a whole joke like I was gonna wash them in the tub. I should still post it, huh?
I'll be about the Greens. Yes, I've been on it. Y'all did not let me lay that down. I'm about to live with that for the rest of my life. It was so funny. And Prada just having Prada on the air with me, it was just, that's iconic. It's going to go down as iconic. Yep. When she talked about she made a million pound of green in her bathtub. She watched the greens in the bathtub. Listen, we had some beautiful lives. Okay. All right. So yes, I made a mistake.
Exodus.
But I wasn't on my meds. I was manic and I was being an entertainer. And my lawyer made sure, he said, I see you so passionate that you want to vote. We're going to make sure that you get the vote. So there was a law that changed in Vegas that you can vote behind.
See, I wasn't watching all the manic stuff. I knew, I seen when he was out on the strip harassing people and doing all that stuff, talking about vote for Trump. I seen that, but I never really paid attention too much because, for me, if we feuding and I hate you, I ain't gonna watch your shit. I'm gonna be like, nah, hell nah. So I didn't really see a lot of it, but Clorinda, I believe you. He probably was going in.
Bars. If you in jail, you can vote. And I voted for President Trump.
But again, your mental illness, if you a shitty person, you've always been a shitty person. I don't care how much mental illness he got. He's just a shitty person. I know a lot of people who have suffer from mental illness, and they might flash, they might do X, Y, and Z, but at the same token, certain people know what they're doing. I think a little bit of it was hyped up,
and a lot of other people that was in the jail voted for Trump. Okay, Wiley's not the only one. A lot of people are regretting their vote for Trump now. And this is it's really something because I'm like, the jobs ain't calling back. Now they said some jobs in Florida. I might have to move to Florida. I wouldn't mind picking on apples and oranges. If you paying me a nice piece of bread, I wouldn't mind picking cotton, oranges, apples, peaches, grains. I'll be out there with my straw hat and I'll be picking it. I wouldn't mind. Just hire me and I'll go to Florida. I wouldn't mind at all because they having a shortage in Florida because a lot of the Mexicans shipped them back to Mexico. So if they need it, I'll be out there picking it. I wouldn't mind picking potatoes and stuff like that, going back on the fields. Like my grandmother worked the fields, so it's in my blood. I go and pick the whatever you want me to do. I'll do it.
I'll go in and pick the field. My grandma used to it's in my blood. Well, hell, I guess it's in my blood too, technically, but nigga, I ain't trying to do that.
To pick it.
Stupid.
Are y'all full in book? Okay, y'all don't need no workers. Are y'all hiring? You don't need no workers. I'm thinking about writing Trump a letter to the White House. I'm thinking about writing Trump a letter. And I want to mail it to the White House. And in that letter is going to be, I need a job. You said you're going to bring back black jobs. This black man need a job. Okay? I'm going to be in that begging him. I would have put the letter. Proud of me in the building. I want Prada to edit the letter. I want to send the letter to Trump. Yeah, I'm going to beg Trump
the truth
because I need a black job. I need a black job. I need a black job. So if anybody hiring, and I'm gonna send that letter. I'm gonna put it in cursive writing. And I really, really want to say I need a black job. I need a black job. I'm begging you, Trump. You know what, Trump?
Michelle.
To our president. I'm asking you, this is Marquise Wiley. I am unemployed and I'm homeless. If you could pull a string for me to get a job, I want a job to at least make it about $19 or $20 an hour.
Stimmies.
So I can afford to get my own place. Follow me. And I need a job so I can give me a car and my own place. If you could just pull a string to get me a job, you're the most powerful man in this world. I need a job. If you do it for me, okay? Because I know all of this. If this black man need a job, so
they would call him DEI. They wouldn't give him a job. That's the sad part. They'll call him a DEI hire, even though Trump cabinet is full of DEI hires. They would call Wiley one just because he's black.
If you're out there listening, help me get a job right now. If you're out there listening, this is Marquis. I need a job. Because I'm out here, I need to get my hair cut. Because this is Vegas. I need to be, you know what I'm saying? I need a job. So y'all reach out to Trump. Send this to Trump. Send this to Trump. Trump, I need a job. I love you. I need a job. Anyway. Okay. Any other questions y'all have for me? Said it makes to a second a black job, so you should be able to get one now. I know I've been applying. I'm going to apply for some farms, picking the apples and the oranges, because I think that's a lot of jobs. They said black folks didn't want to work, but I'll work it. If you pay me at least $19.50 to $20 an hour, I'll go in there and pick apples.
You ain't working no farms in Vegas in the desert. So, yeah, you're going to have to rethink that one, buddy.
I'll go and clean, do the toilets, and clean the carpet, and clean the hotel rooms. Yeah, I would definitely do it. If just hire me, I'm available. I'm available. I am available.
I don't know, Miss Yolanda, why he got Karen Huger up there. Probably because they both been to jail.
Yes. Do they got farms in Vegas? I think they probably got farms in Nevada and the state, but probably not in Las Vegas. I don't know. I don't know. I would definitely love to work for Amazon.
Right,
is they hiring? Is Amazon hiring? Y'all let me know. They got farms in there. Mm-hmm. Somebody said Natalie Nunn is hiring. I'm available. Weed farms. Yeah, weed farms. Amazon always hire. I'm Jeff sign to check again on Amazon. I don't know if I'll be able to do personal security due to my record, but if I'm any employers watching the WIley show, I need a job. Reach out to me. Okay, reach out to me. Because I need it. I need your help. Definitely need your help. Y'all like when I was walking outside, like, what? I just can't believe that we already in April. Time is moving by fast.
Okay, let me skip ahead. And
see Dream Girls. I said, let me come in and chit chat with the producers. Move it alive.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, this video wasn't necessarily to beat up on WIley, even though we were beating up on WIley. It was more or less just to show like these are the kind of people who thought, yeah, I'm owning the libs. Yeah, Trump is going to take America back. He's going to get all these immigrants. He's going to get the trans people out the sports and the bathroom and this and that, not realizing, oh, this man is going to take us through hell. Hell, back through hell, up and down hell. He taking us a tour through hell. And this is the results of your actions, you know? What did Miss Barbara say? Did she bring a resource before she said this, or she just saying this? Miss Barbara said, one thing about the younger generation is gonna know that they had to purchase real estate and not depend on the system and become better entrepreneurs. True. Not everybody can become an entrepreneur, and not everybody has the money to get real estate like that, Miss Barbara. You know, that's not true for everybody. Talking about buying real estate with no job. Yeah, I heard Nebraska is on the brink of bankruptcy. Yep. Yeah, they feeling the pain. Voted against his best interest. Sugar see? Yeah. He'll understand. What's up, Grandma Joy? Yeah. But you know, he's the perfect, like I was saying, he's the perfect example of somebody who literally voted against their best interest. And now all like, oh, well, he's cutting this, he's cutting that. Yeah, if you are on some kind of government assistant, you have to realize you voted against your best interest. You definitely didn't vote for yourself. I don't know what you voted for, but you know, thinking that you were owning people and you were going to be able to laugh in people's faces and own the libs and oh, they're crying, look at them. Well, who's crying now? Because I ain't got no tears. You know, all my tears are gone, so I ain't got no tears. Who cares? You know. Yo, you said you're gonna be out there picking. You know what? I got a couple. Before we hit the 1 hour mark, let me see if Miss Barbara want to come up because y'all been eating her up in the chat. And trust me, Miss Barbara loves to be eaten up. So that sounded kind of dirty now that I mentioned that. But yeah, if Miss Barbara want to come up real quick. She must not know the pricing of homes or yeah, I mean, Miss Barbara, who is buying a home? Lady Chris said, please no. Miss Barbara got 2 minutes, y'all. We're gonna give her 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna do a rebuttal, and then I'm gonna drop her. Don't worry, I'm not gonna have Miss Barbara up here for a whole hour. We just gonna get it in real quick. Don't respectfully no. Okay, let's do a 30-second countdown. Do y'all want Miss Barbara to come up on panel? Yes or no? 30 seconds. Okay, that was a little mix. Okay. Maybe Miss Barbara busy right now. Maybe she picking those fruits and vegetables with WIley. Miss Barbara picking them fruits and vegetables and shit right now. That's why she too busy. Come on, Miss Barbara. We ain't got all day, Miss Barbara. She probably trying to get camera ready. I did drop the link. Okay, I'll drop it again. Okay. Let's see. I can't find her. For whatever reason, when I scroll through my messages on Instagram, like the first few will be recent, and then as I keep scrolling, they'll be like from months ago, and I'm all like, "Wait, how am I getting these messages from months ago on the top?" It'd be making no sense at all. WIley driving the tractor. I'm a real estate agent, and buying property gets harder and harder every day unless you have liquid cash. Please, Miss Barbara, have several seats, ma'am. I'll hear Miss Barbara. Oh, here she go. What's up, Miss Barbara?
Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord.
Yes. Now, Miss Barbara, what was you talking about? Because, you want to talk about here, Miss Barbara, here's the thing. You never be on topic. So what we're talking about today is people regretting they vote for Trump. Do you regret your vote for Trump?
No, because I had no other choice. It was either an alcoholic or a man with dementia.
Kamala's not an alcoholic.
Yeah. Well,
that's slanderous. It has not been proven she's an alcoholic.
I don't even have to say allegedly, because me having the experience of being around thousands of people like that, I know I can identify.
So have you ever been around Kamala Harris?
No, I haven't, but I've been around.
Oh, okay, but you know she's an alcoholic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you can see her body actions, her nervous system, you know, how she get down. Like, you know, if a person uses heroin, you can see some body reactions from them.
RFK Jr. admitted to using heroin.
Yeah, so did both Joe Biden's son. But let's talk about
Joe Biden's son wasn't in office.
Let's talk about some reality. I came up here to talk about reality, okay?
Okay.
What's going on? The Democratic Party is actually using Black people to hide their crimes. For example, they say they want fair housing, right? Okay. What do? They use the poor people. United Nations, we need this money for fair housing. And what do? They skim half of it off the top. Half of it off the top.
What are you talking about, the United Nations? See, here she goes just rambling stuff that I don't even know what the hell.
I'm speaking of housing preservation development money. These developments.
Well, here's the thing. Trump is cutting all those programs. So what do you think about that? Miss Barbara, aren't you on a program right now? You not worried about your programs being cut?
Because I have been attacking the mayor, they took my Section 8. Yeah, they took my Section 8 because I've been attacking the mayor on my pages. They took my Section 8. They don't even allow me in the Section 8 buildings in New York City. Okay.
Good, because you probably act the fool up in that Section 8 building, huh?
Whatever. It is what it is. You know one thing about it? I am so proud of this woman called Angela Stratton. Baby, they didn't give her no Section 8, so she had to buy a house. If they would have did that shit to me, I would have had 5 houses. I wish I never had Section 8 in my life. I had too many good jobs, and you know they put it out there for you. You know, no free, you know, barely no rent. You know, nah. That wasn't the way to go. And I'm glad that that's not going to be available for the younger generation, because they're going to know immediately to invest in real estate and don't try to rent.
If you have no money, how do you invest in real estate?
You don't need money to get real estate. You need good credit. And you need good credit to get real estate. If you have,
you definitely need good credit, but you also need some dollars.
You have a job.
You need a job. You need some dollars. You have a
job at McDonald's, you can get a house.
Real quick, Clorinda and Red Label, don't you need money to get you a house? Let me ask the actual real estate, and you know, I think you need money, Miss Barbara. Like you need like a down payment, and like a down payment. Like this lady is saying, all you need is credit.
I always
now, if you are a big time player, like for example, Beyonce and Jay-Z, I know they didn't put no cash down on their home. They probably were able to liquidate some assets here and there and get their home, but we ain't got it like that, Miss Barbara. Oh, hold on. I think Red Label answered. Hold on. Where Red Label?
You don't.
As a real estate broker, I'm giving her the side. Ding, 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 ding. Miss Barbara, you see, hey, Miss Barbara, I'll be feeling you too because you want the best for our people, but it just don't be making any sense, Miss Barbara, what you be talking about. You voted against your best interest.
So it also makes no sense when I tell you that the gang members got to save the world, right? That makes no sense to you neither?
Yes, that doesn't make any sense to me that the gang members have to save the world.
Yeah,
because are they going to save the world or are they going to look out for themselves?
No, they're the ones that destroyed it. They got to get the prohibition.
The gangs are not like the Black Panthers or anything like that. Like they not here to save the community. Like what do you mean?
I'm telling you, our raggedy little gang members that's running around being mischievous, they the ones that got to save the world. They got to get the prohibition of marijuana, and Black Americans got to leave America. I want to say something.
We got to leave America.
Yeah, we got to leave America. It's time for us to leave America. We got to leave America.
Oh, okay. So now you in your Pan-African era? Okay.
No, we ain't going no damn Africa. We ain't come from. Yeah, no, we ain't going there.
Where are we going?
We're going to go to all of these beautiful lands, Mexico, Venezuela, some places in Africa, everywhere there has to be Jamaica.
So we are going to Africa.
Develop.
You just said we're not going to Africa, but then you mentioned we're going to Africa.
Everywhere that has to be developed, we have to go, and we have to bring our American dollars, and we have to rebuild.
But we need money to do that, Miss Barbara.
Yeah, we're going to sue for reparations.
So Trump has noted that he's down for giving reparations to white South Africans and also anybody who was discriminated against. All the whites who have been discriminated against, any policy that kept them from going to college. Like he's for reparations, but for white people. What are your thoughts about that?
I want the Black American people to sue for every violation, every civil right that they
violate. Think Trump is going to give us reparations?
No, we have to give it to ourselves. We have to demand it. We have to sue the United States government for it.
Okay, so we just so who's going to be on the lawsuit? So they're just going to put me and your name on there, and then that's how we're going to get our reparations?
Let me tell you something. Who we going to sue? I'm going to tell you who we going to sue. We're going to sue Facebook for subliminally brainwashing our children. We're going to sue the NAACP for selling us out. We're going to sue Black Lives Matter for stealing our charity. You understand? And we're going to leave America. They can have America. Eon and Donald can have America.
Miss Barbara, I just hope, like, honestly, to tell you the truth, I hope like one day I can get through to you. If by the next not like year and a half, because we got to vote in 2026, right? Hopefully in 2026, I'm able to change your mind. I really hope so. But you know, Miss Barbara, I appreciate you because you and WIley represent a minority of us that don't know what they're talking about. And I always appreciate you speaking your mind. Even though you be all over the place, I appreciate it, Miss Barbara. Thank you. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. It's all love.
All right.
This Barbara is a fool. Sorry, socialite. I know you wanted to come up. Miss Barbara, we be getting into it. Miss Barbara is a trip, y'all. I don't know what to say, but these are the Trump voters. Like this is who they are. Like you gotta be like, hey, now, like this ain't true. Do you realize you're voting against your best interests? And some of them don't realize that, and so you got to tell them like, hey, you might not want to vote for this, or you voting against your interests. Like I'm gonna get through to Miss Barbara. That's my goal. If nothing else, I'm gonna get through to Miss Barbara. But anyway, you guys, I love y'all. Please be safe. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Shout out to Uncle Tim, funny as hell. Shout out to WIley too. We seen his video, and yeah, more politics, more conversation, more real talk. I'll see y'all later. Deuces, everybody.